Quick question. If a heartwarming story makes you cry in 20 seconds, does that mean it's true? Because there's this viral story. A police officer rescues a little girl from a storm, then later adopts her. And it's been shared millions of times. Here's the plot twist. It's almost certainly not real. And the scary part? The same emotional switch that makes you share it can also make you lose money. I'm not here to ruin feelings. I'm here to protect your wallet. Because when emotions drive the brain, critical thinking clocks out, and scammers love that shift. Today we'll do 3 things. We'll break down how fake hero stories are built. We'll explain why our brains fall for them. No shame, it's biology. And we'll connect this directly to money, scams, bad purchases, and too good to be true offers. Plus, I'll give you a 20-second checklist you can use before you trust anything online. Let's start with how these stories are constructed. They follow a template, almost like a movie trailer written by an algorithm. First, there's a crisis, a storm, an accident, a disaster, something chaotic and emotional. Then there's a hero, a police officer, a firefighter, a nurse, a soldier, someone we're already wired to trust. Then comes a miracle detail, a last phone call, a handwritten note, a child who survives against all odds, and finally, a perfect ending. Adoption, reunion, a new family, everything wrapped up neatly in a bow. Now here's the important part. What's missing? There's no clear city, no specific date, no official police report, no local news source you can verify. Just emotions. And when a story gives you more feelings than facts, that's not journalism. That's content farming. These stories aren't designed to inform you. They're designed to travel fast. And here's something most people don't realize. Even when one fake hero story is exposed, another one shows up a week later. Different names. Same plot. That's because these stories are reusable. A content farm doesn't care if a story is true. It cares if the story performs. Did people stop scrolling? Did they comment? Did they share? Did they feel something? Once a template works, it gets recycled. Over and over again. Emotion is scalable. Truth is not. And here's the irony. Real news is often messy, incomplete, sometimes boring. Fake stories feel clean, complete, emotionally satisfying. They give your brain closure, a beginning, a middle, a perfect ending. That's why a fake story can feel more real than actual reporting, because the brain prefers comfort over complexity. So why do we fall for stories like this? Not because we're naive, not because we're unintelligent, because we're human. Our brains use shortcuts to make decisions. And one of the strongest shortcuts is emotion. When something makes us feel sadness, hope, fear, or warmth, our brain switches into fast mode. We stop asking questions. We stop verifying details. We feel first and think later. Psychologists call this the affect heuristic. In simple terms, we judge truth based on how something makes us feel. And online platforms reward this behavior. The faster you react, the more the algorithm pushes the content. So emotional stories rise. Calm, factual ones sink. And here's the uncomfortable part. Smart people fall for this too, sometimes more easily. Because confidence can replace caution. Now let's connect this to money. Because the emotional switch used in fake hero stories is the same switch used in scams. Donation scams, fake fundraising pages, urgent help this family now links. It's the same mechanism behind investment promises that sound too perfect. Turn a few $100s into thousands. Limited time opportunity. Only today. Scammers don't sell facts. They sell feelings. Hope, fear, guilt, belonging. And the damage from this is not small. Globally, online scams cost people tens of billions of dollars every year. And that number keeps growing. Not because people suddenly became careless, but because emotional manipulation scales faster than education. One viral story can reach millions of people in hours. financial literacy doesn't spread that fast. And even when no money is stolen directly, fake stories still generate profit. Pages grow, traffic gets monetized, affiliate links get clicked, fake donation funnels collect money, accounts gain followers and then get sold. The story doesn't have to be true. It just has to perform. So there's a whole economy built on emotional attention. And most of the time, the audience doesn't even realize they're part of it. When emotion takes control, people click faster, send money quicker, skip reading terms, ignore fees, and stop asking questions. Even impulse spending works the same way. A bad day, a sad scroll, a purchase that feels like relief, and regret later. The internet is designed to monetize emotion. And if you don't pause, emotion will spend your money for you. This isn't just about obvious scams. It affects everyday financial behavior. Because emotional thinking doesn't stop when the scam ends. It carries over. That's why people hold losing investments too long. Buy things they don't need. Ignore warning signs they already noticed. Emotion doesn't just open the door. It keeps you inside. Think about this. You see a heartbreaking story. You feel heavy. You scroll a little more. Then you see an ad. Take control of your finances. Make money from home. Don't miss this opportunity. Your guard is already down. Not because you're careless, but because emotion came first. That's how emotional context quietly shapes financial decisions without you realizing it. So here's a simple habit that protects both your time and your money. Before you share, donate, click, or buy, pause for 20 seconds. Ask yourself, who is posting this? Is it a real organization or a faceless account? Where and when did this actually happen? Not vaguely, specifically. Can I find at least 2 independent sources that confirm the same details? Is there a real link to verify? Or just a story and a feeling? And most importantly, what does this post want me to do? Click, donate, sign up, act fast. If the answer is, I can't verify it, but it feels real, that's your warning sign. Feelings are signals. They are not evidence. This habit doesn't just protect you from fake stories. It protects you long term. Because financial stability isn't about intelligence. It's about consistency. And consistency requires emotional control. If you can pause online, you're more likely to pause before a risky investment, an impulse purchase, or a rushed decision. The skill transfers. Stories about storm rescues and surprise adoptions hit us hard because they're designed to. But many of them are not real events. They're emotional products. And the bigger lesson isn't about one viral story. It's this. If your emotions can be manipulated, your financial decisions can be too. Empathy is powerful. But empathy without verification is how people get misled, scammed, and overspend. You don't need to become cynical. You just need to slow down. Pause before you trust. Verify before you act. Because in a world that profits from urgency, calm is a financial advantage. Your money deserves adult supervision. If you want the short versions of this breakdown, I'm releasing a few quick clips right after this. Follow for more money psychology and practical habits that protect you, not just online, but financially too. Pause before you trust. Verify before you act. And if this helped you think more clearly about money and emotions, subscribe for more.